Hi there, I'm Ash Rhodes and I'm here for another question of the week. And this time we're actually tackling communication, which is one of my favorite topics. Whether you are an individual contributor or the CEO of the company or somewhere in between, communication is always so key. How you speak with other people in your organization is always incredibly important. In remote work, it is all the more important because all you have is the way in which you communicate, and it doesn't happen naturally. It doesn't happen when you just walk into somebody's office or run into them by a water cooler. So you have to go about doing it purposefully. And I will be talking about this a lot in the coming weeks and months. But for now, let me tell you my one maxim, and that is that there is almost no such thing as too much communication. And I do mean almost because there will be times and places wherein you get the point of diminishing returns, where you're doing more communicating, more talking than you're doing actual work. So, with all of that said, I have run into companies that open up Zoom working rooms that are literally nothing more than people working their normal jobs while chatting with each other. And sometimes it's water cooler type chat, but sometimes it's them thinking out loud their way through a complicated problem. And it helps because other people are able to contribute. By the same token, there's also companies that I've encountered who do only Slack, and they might have very robust Slack conversations, but they never actually communicate verbally or in groups or anything other than maybe the occasional all hands or something along those lines. Now, both of those are two totally functional, totally legitimate ways of approaching communication. But I do have to point out that Company A, with their open Zoom and everything, they have an absolutely outrageous level of employee retention, like nearly 100%. Their customer retention is similarly high, and their CSAT scores and so on are just through the roof. The company B's, and sadly there's a lot of them, employee churn is usually pretty high, customer churn high, CSAT low. There seems to be an actual direct correlation between how much positive communication occurs and how happy people are in the company. Keep in mind that what works or doesn't work for each of these companies may or may not work for your own. You are not these companies. But whatever choices work for your company, for your organization, you need to make those choices on a purposeful level. If you want a successful long-term remote work from home or even in-person company, you need to make those cultural choices surrounding communication so that everybody knows when, where, in what ways communication need to happen so that everybody can be on the same page and communication can flow positively. My name's Ash Rhodes, and I'm here to help.